What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Montana Method Podcast one more time. As always, your host, Nelson Rodriguez Jr., author of Montana Method. Humbled to be here with you another Friday afternoon in a beautiful, beautiful Miami setting. The weather is gorgeous, let me tell you. I'm here with one of my very old friends. We go way back to high school. My good friend Jesse Jazz is in the building.
What up?
Very humbled to have him in my space.
Appreciate you for having
Definitely,
me, man.
dog. I'm going to have him talk about his career, everything he's been up to in the past 10 years, our background, how we know each other, what we've been up to, the state of music, I'm sure. We're going to get into that.
Most def.
And I'm really excited to share my space with him. This is going to be a legendary episode, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't move a muscle. Here we go.
I've been out here hustling all my life. Every day we get into it. Really out here in these streets. That's day and night. Like there's nothing to it. When I was going through it, dog, I never got your call. I never asked for nothing, no. But now I want it all. I promise I'ma do it. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags.
Yo, what up? Thank you, Nelson, for having me, man. Jesse Jazz in the building. I'm finally here, man. We've been trying to get this done. I know it's been a little hectic with the schedule and shit, but I appreciate you having me.
You made it happen.
We finally here, bro. Appreciate you, you know what I mean? Shining the light on me. I love what you got going on over here, too, bro.
Appreciate
so
that,
I'm definitely going to support this movement.
I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
All day, man. What's up? Talk to me, bro.
Bro, it's been a good 12 or 13 years since we've seen each other. It's been a minute.
Yeah, dude. It has, man. I don't even keep count no more. I just be
the world
working.
Is a different place.
Oh, yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. In a good way, though.
Yeah,
In a good way, though.
Definitely. In
We're
a good
moving
way.
forward.
This is one of them, right? Podcasting.
Yeah. This is an amazing place to be in right now is the podcast space. So it's actually my first one
Fire.
that I'm doing.
I'm honored.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you asking me to come on. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching the show. It's a fucking dope movement you got
Appreciate
going on. You're dropping gems all the time. And I'm a fan. So I appreciate you having me, man.
Definitely. And that's I just try to show value to other people, and if I can if anybody can pick up on anything, you know, the reason I do this is because I had a lot of bad days where I kind of had to psych myself out, and I had to be that mentor for myself.
Right.
And if I could just put out a video or a clip where someone's like, man, I went through that. I know what that's like. I'm going through that right now.
That's what it's all about, man.
Feel me?
That's what it's all about, man. Dropping them gems, giving game back to the people. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to be giving back to the community of producers and engineers alike like me, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's about. You know, that's how I got on in a way, you know what I'm saying? By other people showing me the ways and giving me opportunities. So it's only fair to give it back. So
100%.
I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, doing that. That's dope,
Definitely.
man. That's super
You got to
dope.
pay it forward. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yep.
Like life, there's a lot of people who have put themselves out there like you and me, and they don't have, I mean, we're not massively successful, but we're successful.
Right.
You know, we've experienced success, and there's people who have put in more work than us and have never experienced any type of success.
Yeah.
So as much as a person can say, yo, I deserve to be here, I worked. Like, and it's true, we've worked to be where we are. But at the same time, there's people who have worked even harder and they have no results.
Yeah.
So you always got to pay it forward.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. You just never know who's watching you, man.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to pick up and learn something from you that, you know what I'm saying, maybe they haven't done in their past life, and they can skip levels by doing that. So you got to lead by example.
Bro.
Yeah.
Leading by example is so important. I tell something that strikes, like really resonates with me is when someone who does what they say they do. You know what I mean?
Major.
Because
Major.
you and I both know social media is so fake sometimes.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know.
Stop the cap. That's really, I be saying that all the time because I know some of these people in real life that I see.
And in the music industry, I could imagine that's like.
Oh, that's like one of the biggest things, man. Cap, you know, they say fake it till you make it, you know. That was like a big thing for a long time. It's still a big thing that they say. But I'm not too much of a believer in that, you know, maybe to an extent.
Yeah.
But authenticity is really going to sell because people, they sniff it out these days. You know what I'm saying? They can sniff the fakeness off you. So I try to stay away from being anything but myself. You know what I'm saying?
Super important.
Yeah, man. I'm always myself everywhere I go. You know what I mean? That's how I got to where I'm at right now.
You know what? I've ran into a couple people because I used to. I mean, I hit the gym here in this building. We have a gym, and I hit it. Like,
oh, dope. That's dope.
Yeah, but I used to go to the gym like the normal gym where everybody goes.
Right. Yeah.
And bro, you know how many people? Because I used to go like at the same time every day. You know how many people I'd see like do like 5 push-ups, do a little story, go talk shit over there, drink a smoothie and dip. I'm like, yo, you're coming to the smoothie to like flex. Like to drink a smoothie at the gym and flex?
They're doing it for the gram, bro. They're doing it for the clout. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can say, I went to the gym.
Yo.
And it's like, you ain't really shooting in the gym, bro.
That's funny.
You ain't really in there. Come on. Stop the cap.
Yes.
But,
stop the cap.
You know, you can't blame people either at the same time. They trying to make something of themselves. And I can't knock somebody for, you know what I'm saying, effort. But if you're going to do it all the way.
Yeah.
Don't do it right. You know what I mean? Don't half step. Because like I said earlier, people going to sniff that shit out. At some point, they're going to catch up to your lies. That shit going to catch up to you. So,
100%.
Yeah, I don't really support the cap. Don't support the cap, anybody.
Bro. And so speaking of being an artist, right? The stuff you must see is crazy because what I've seen is like up and coming artists even have to play the facade of like, yo, I got all this money and I got all these bitches and it's like, yo, you're up and coming. So how much of that can be a reality at this point, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen like newer artists maybe that you work with or like try to play hard into that facade and like what have you seen or what's your experience with that?
You get a mixture of both. There's definitely still people out there who make it seem like they're living that life. You know what I'm saying? But they're
really not.
Yeah, they're really not. They still struggling to pay the lease. You know what I'm saying? They're still doing it's that fake it till you make it mindset.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Which like I said, I understand it to an extent, but you gotta watch the way you go about it. Cause it's like, yo, people know that you're not famous.
100%.
They know you're not that successful, but yet you're pulling up in all these crazy cars. You got all these girls. And it's like, what's the sense in that?
Yeah.
People want to invest into what they see themselves in.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
Like if they see that you're a struggling rapper who's trying to get on, people will relate to that more versus you already popping and we're like, wait, how did this guy get on? How you got all this money?
Exactly.
I can't relate to that. Chances are I'm not really going to listen to you.
Exactly.
Because I can't relate to it. So you still see it. But like I said, you know, I don't support that, man. Like I'm a big fan of authenticity. Like that's what draws me is if I see something that I know, okay, he ain't capping. This is really how he lives or she lives. I might just dabble into that a little more first
100%.
Before the next person who I know you ain't really got it like that, man. You gotta, you know, but these days you never know either though. Sometimes these artists that are not even popping, they got shit going on in the streets. They got so much other stuff. So it's hard to tell. The lines are blurred still. But, you know, it's one of those things, again, that fake it till you make it situation, man. So you see it all. You'll see the fake. You'll see the real. You can't tell. Sometimes it's like, all right, I guess we going to see.
Right? That's wild, bro. Me personally, we're in an age where things have changed. You know, things are different. The videos how many videos have you seen gone viral where it's someone just talking in their car or someone just sitting in their living room saying something about how they feel? That's why I don't feel that, you know, that pressure to, let me make it look like I'm just going to be myself and people will resonate. You know what I mean? You don't have to put on all the show. And
it's not necessary at all. It's not necessary because, again, like I said, people sniff that shit out. They can tell when you're just fronting, when you're not being authentic. And, bro, like, it's just better to just be yourself. You feel that much more
100%.
comfortable with yourself
100%.
when you actually are yourself. When you're not pretending to be somebody else.
100%.
And we've seen it. We've seen it over and over again. People doing regular stuff going viral. You know what I mean? I'll never forget. I seen that one guy. I don't know if you've seen the video. He's like, I think it was like in California or something. He's like skating down this like long hill and he's drinking the ocean breeze juice.
I think I saw it.
And he went viral just because he was doing something mad regular. You know, he was going down the street somewhere in California, drinking a juice, posted it while he was doing it. skyrocketed. He got like, I think he got sponsored by Ocean Breeze.
That's funny.
And a whole thing, and he was doing something mad regular, you know?
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you the power of authenticity, man.
Something, sticking to the music, you know, I forgot his name. I think is it Oliver Anthony? I don't know. I think it's Oliver Anthony. That country dude with the red beard who was singing that song about like just the state of America, and it was just him and a microphone in a forest with a banjo, and that guy ended up being on the Joe Rogan podcast. You know what I mean?
See?
So
yeah, I'm not too familiar with bro, but shout him out, and that's big, man. Joe Rogan, that's huge.
Yeah.
So you know, look, another testament to just being authentic. So, you know, anybody out there, you trying to make it, my advice to you, just be yourself, man. Be yourself.
100%.
You know
be yourself and put in the work, obviously.
Obviously, that comes, you know, without question. You got to put in the work. You know, a little bit of it is well, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of it is luck. A lot of it can be luck depending on what industry you're in.
Yeah.
But the work got to come right behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At all times.
I used to be a guy who was like, no, man, I deserve to be here because and again, going back to what we were talking about, that's true. But now I've become, like, life has humbled me, and it's made me understand that there's a process that goes on that has nothing to do with you. And until that process is not flowing and life doesn't, like, acknowledge you and give you favor, nothing's going to work out.
Yeah.
So you have to be operating from a certain state. Yes, put in the work, but you have to be a certain type of person.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Once those habits are in place, once you're in alignment, like, that's when things start flowing. Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you move with intention.
Oof.
You know what I mean? Power of intention. That's like my new thing this year. Like, even though it's been a thing for me, I'm like, now I'm on it to a point where I'm going to make sure I'm doing everything with an intention. You know, because that is like another thing that people could sniff out too. You know, when you're doing something that's he don't really want to do this, but he's doing it.
Right.
You know, why? And they could sniff that shit out. So the power of intention, that's another major key, man.
Very important.
Major key. Yep.
Intention is everything, right? Because if your intention is to do harm, it comes off. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And if your intention is genuine to do good, it comes off too. It's just a vibe. You feel the energy in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that fake it. They'll pretend like they really want to do what they're doing, and you could just tell because the intention is not right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you can feel that. It's energy, like you said. So, yeah, dude. Hey, just pay attention to how you moving, man. You're gonna see the results. Trust me. Whether it's good or bad, whether it's right or wrong, like you're gonna see some type of reciprocation from that. So how you move in the world, how your intentions are out in the world is going to come back to you, man.
100%.
I'm a big believer in that. Yeah.
I'm a believer that whatever you put out there that's good, you'll get back 100-fold. Whatever you do out there that's bad, you're going to get back 10-fold. Like, positivity is a big thing. It's very powerful, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm a big believer in that as well. Yeah.
Definitely. So, Jesse, the last time I saw you, we had just graduated high school. I didn't even know you were into music. Were you into music in high school?
My whole life, man. My whole life I was in music. I remember in high school, I was really trying to get on. So it's like I was doing anything possible. I remember one of my first like days in high school in 9th grade, freshman year. I was in a group with my younger brother, and we used to rap and stuff like that. And I was really trying to get on, and we had flyers that we had printed out. And in that first week of school, I was doing the most. I'm talking about I went to like the 3rd floor of the school, and we threw all my flyers off the 3rd floor. We were putting them inside the vending machines. Like, so when you went to go get something to eat,
everything would fall out.
You'll see my flyer there. And that's how we kind of got a little popular in school as far as like the music stuff. And that's how we kind of got on. So that's surprising you didn't know that. I've been in this my whole life, man. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, my whole life. Since I was like 10 years old, I've been doing music. Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, but it's kind of like shifted over time. I was more into the artist thing now. Now I'm more behind the scenes with
now with producing, engineering, that kind of
thing. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we graduated high school. Man, the pandemic hit, so we couldn't even have a reunion. That was crazy, right?
Yeah, dude. That was actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I was just talking about that the other day. And I wanted to go. I was
Me too.
I was really looking forward to seeing everybody and all that.
What everybody was up to. Yeah.
But unfortunately, we had the pandemic and we weren't able to do it. So
it wasn't meant to happen.
We're gonna have to talk to Barbara Goldman, man, see what we could do, because that's not fair. We the only year that didn't get one.
That didn't get one, yeah.
But
we'll see. Is there like a 15-year reunion?
I don't know. I never heard of that. Maybe the 20 year, but
20 year, yeah.
At that point, I'm gonna be long gone, bro. I don't know if I'll come back. I might do the Drake and make sure everybody go through security clearance first. No, I was just playing. But nah, yeah, we didn't get a chance. But these days, it's kind of like you don't really need much to keep up with people these days.
Yeah, because you got social media, yeah.
Yeah, you got social media. Everyone can kind of keep up with you in a sense, you know. So, hey, I still got a lot of people from school that check in with me and stuff like that. So that's dope.
That's cool.
But yeah, man, just doing my thing out here, man, trying to make shit shake, you know?
Fire.
Yes, sir.
So what so we graduate high school. What ended up happening after that? Like, tell me a little bit about what happened with music, how you got your first big move. Tell me about all that.
Yeah, so after high school, it was already the ball was kind of already rolling for me.
Okay.
I was signed to a management company at the time who was also like considered like an agency.
Okay.
And they were getting us gigs. They were getting me gigs like right before high school was over, like maybe 11th, 12th grade.
Dope.
So I was already kind of getting that ball rolling. So we had that going on. And the thing about it is that they were really trying to put us into everything possible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a music video, a photo shoot, an interview, whatever. If we could just be on the scene, that's what we were doing.
Right.
And we were open to it. Like me and my little brother were open to just being on the sideline, being in the crowd, just kind of soaking up the game, trying to understand what it is that goes on. You know what I mean? If I had to be an extra, I'm an extra. Let's go. I actually was an extra right before high school ended on a Lil Wayne video.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was kind of dope because I got to meet Drake that day.
Dope.
I met Wayne, another artist.
And their height, too, when they were like, because when we were in high school, that was like prime time, Lil Wayne, Carter 3, all that.
Bro,
yeah.
that was like right before Wayne went to Rikers when he was like.
He did the 1 year in prison or whatever.
Yeah. So around that time, Drake and everybody at Young Money was all trying to get as much possible done with Wayne before he went to prison. And I remember that one day, I took one of my boys from high school. I can't remember his name right now. But he came with me. I took a bunch of homies over to the set, and they did like 3 videos that day. And it was like one Lil Wayne song, like off his rock album or something. This was like around the time when he was still kind of doing the rock thing.
What was that thing called?
Rebirth.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like off that project. And then they did the Miss Me with Drake. It was like the Miss Me and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And dude, I remember when Drake walked in, the director just stopped the whole shoot to make sure that this man got an introduction. And everybody was kind of like breaking neck, like, oh shit, that's Drake. Because this is Drake in his early prime. This is like right after Best I Ever Had and all those big records. So it was like, oh shit, you see.
It was when he first took off.
Yeah, when he first took off. So that was like a super dope experience for me as a young, like I was like 18, 19, seeing that and
seeing the 2 hottest rappers.
Yeah.
You know, because, bro, I remember all throughout high school, Lil Wayne, when he dropped the Drought 3 and No Ceilings. And, bro, those were, you could never say before Lil Wayne, oh, that's a classic mixtape.
Nah.
That wasn't even a thing.
Nah, it wasn't. He kind of like started that. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, like, of course, you have all the other guys, DJ Drama, Young Jeezy.
Yeah, of course.
But when Weezy had his run,
bro,
it was Mixtape Weezy. He had a new name called Mixtape Weezy. I used to be on the bus listening to that stuff, and to see him in front of me,
bro,
at that point was like
crazy.
I was like, wow.
In his prime, like in his, that's great. No, and then on top of that, I remember it was a thing for Lil Wayne's version of the song on the mixtape to be more popular than the original song.
You know what's so funny? You mentioned that. On one of the mixtapes, it was like the Upgrade You freestyle. He did like
the Drought 3. That was a good one.
Yeah, the Drought 3. He mentions who is now my manager, my boss at Circle House. He mentions him. He runs the studio. His name is a BB Lewis. Shout out BB. He mentions BB in the record.
Wow.
So like for that to happen, you know what I'm saying, him dropping the name, and then now I'm like working with BB. I'm on him on the phone with him every day. This is someone, he's like my mentor. It's just like wow to me. I used to sit on the bus listening to this man, and you know what I'm saying? He's saying your name in these songs, and now I'm working with you.
That's
and
crazy.
I'm around these types of people as well now. So it's a big blessing, man. It's dope to actually see it come to fruition, man.
Super dope, man.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, music. I'm trying to think of, bro, he had such a, and there was so many of those records where even on that same mixtape you had that, what was the Sky's the Limit, you remember that one, when I didn't even know Mr. Jones was a song, that
Yeah.
it was a Mike Jones, and then I
Yeah.
heard Sky's the Limit, and you're
Yep.
just like, damn,
Yeah, he like
Bro.
completely changed the record,
bro.
and that's what Wayne did. He was known to just take your record and make it his. And
Upgrade
that's
you.
dope.
My pocket's on creatine. Oh my.
Yeah. He says it in the record. If you go back to it, he says, "I'll circle your house like BB." You know what I
Bruh,
mean? That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
dog, BB. That's my mentor.
That's
So
crazy.
just to think that the history goes so far back,
Yeah.
you know, with these people, and now I'm around them. It's a blessing, man.
That's awesome.
It feels good to be around,
That's
know,
dope.
legendary people like that.
It was an interesting era because right before that, it might have been right before that was like the whole Soulja Boy era, which to me might have been one of the worst eras in hip hop. I mean, I have my own opinions about hip hop today, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the whole Soulja Boy era was horrible. It was trash, and then Nas comes out with Hip Hop Is Dead, saying like, "Yo, hip hop is done."
Yeah, I remember that.
And then Lil Wayne had that whole 3, 4, 5 years where he was just destroying every track.
Definitely proved Nas wrong on that one.
Yeah. He definitely brought, maybe not single handedly. There was a few people, you know, Drake, him, you know, Drake's albums. I always have a debate with people. My favorite Drake album, and I say this is his best album ever, was Nothing Was the Same. That album is a hip hop classic.
I gotta say that's one of my favorites out of the Drake catalog.
Some people try to say it was Take Care because that's the album that really solidified him. In my opinion, though, Nothing Was the Same. It's just you can play it from front to back. You don't have to skip one record.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I agree. It's actually one of my favorite records out of his whole catalog.
His repertoire, yeah.
Yeah, because it shows so many different sides to him. You know what I'm saying? Just even the first two albums, and by that album, you could tell he really had the freedom to do what he wanted.
What he wanted, yeah.
Saying production wise, feature wise,
100%.
songwriting wise.
Yeah.
And like you said, you can play that shit top to bottom, bro.
Yep.
That's a classic. for
Classic.
sure.
100%.
Yeah. No, it's dope, man. I haven't got to work with him yet, Wayne or Drake, but I will. That's on my bucket list for sure.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
So, all right. So back to, all right. So you started going to everything. You were an extra. You were around the people, basically who were at the top of the game at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 2013? No, 2012, maybe even earlier, right?
Earlier, yeah. Like I said, it was like right before we graduated, so it had to be like
2009. Wow, yeah.
2009, 2010. That was when I was like in the videos and doing all the extra stuff.
So we graduate and then keep going. What else happens?
Nothing. I just kept putting music out, doing the normal thing an artist does is just, put themselves out there as much as possible. But shortly after, like maybe in 2015, 2016, I actually quit music for a little while.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? I actually had got in a car accident that was really bad. That's why I have the scar on my face and shit like that. I broke my arm, and I just took a break off of music. I got a real big settlement off of that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, any 22-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying, is going to go crazy for music. I got all this money now. Let me just go have fun.
Right.
So that's kind of what I was busy doing for like the next 2 years. I ended up blowing up all the money.
Yeah.
I'm traveling everywhere. I'm doing stuff that I don't normally do. And right after like all of that happens, one of my best friends passes away, man. And it was just tragic because he was real close to us. He was somebody that made sure that we were always working, made sure we were meeting people, we were on the scene. And that shit just like, it had me fucked up, bro. It had me fucked up to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm good off this, man. I don't want to do this no more. My man's not here no more. He was the one. He was like a very important person to us. He was a driving force to keep us going and shit like that. And I was just like, man, I'm fucked up on my ass. I ain't got no more money. I blew all this settlement money. My homie just died. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I was doing drugs and shit at that time. I was doing a lot of like benzos and stuff. And I was just in a really low place, dark place at that time. So I took some time off. And I really just wanted to get myself together mentally, physically, spiritually, and all of that. So I took a break for a little while. Actually, I quit for maybe 4 years. And then I came back as my little brother was I think he was just like really tired of seeing me just wasting my talent.
Mm.
He was like, yo, you're not doing nothing, man. You working a regular job. You're super talented. I know you don't want to do this no more, but like you got to utilize the skills that you know what I'm saying, you've acquired over the years. Like really like pushing me to do it. He remind me like every other week, yo, when you gonna get back in it? When you I'm like, all right. Eventually I was like, you know what? Let me get back into this. He's right. You know what I'm saying? God bless us with these talents and these skills. I'm not gonna put them to waste.
Yeah.
Let's see what I could do. And I went to Walmart one day and I just bought a laptop. I started working on beats. And that's kind of how it revamped up like around 2019. And it started with the beats. And then, I don't know, man. I think people just started seeing me back in the music stuff online. So I started posting it, you know, putting it out there that I was like making beats and stuff. And people started hitting me up. Oh, shit, man, you back in the music, da-da-da. Let's get to work, man. You engineering shit too, right? Yeah, I be engineering too. Come record me, bro. I'm working on this project. And little by little, things just started to get back into place. You know what I'm saying? As far as the music.
Right.
And mentally, I was already back to where I wanted to be, where I was hoping to be mentally, you know what I'm saying, stronger. I went through a lot of shit, man, like toxic relationships.
I could imagine.
You know what I'm saying? Like I went through a lot during that time that when it was time to get back into the music, mentally I was in the right place. So it was just like perfect timing.
It was almost like a purge. Like
kinda, yeah.
All that negativity, you
let it out. I had to let it out. I had to figure out how to get my mind back right before I got back into this music because I'm a big believer in that. Like, don't start something when you're not ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what happened. I just started doing my beats, getting back in my shit, putting it out there, and boom, like people just started hitting me up, started seeing me on the scene again, and little by little, I started getting back in the scene, man. And one day, I got a call, from my homie Dot. Shout out Dot. He's real close with Lunch Money Lewis. Who's
dope.
He's the son of one of the members of Inner Circle who sing Bad Boys. I'm not sure if you know.
Okay, cool.
Bad Boys.
Yeah.
That famous song. They actually run Circle House. They own that.
Okay.
So it's like Inner Circle House.
Yeah.
So he's best friends with Lunch Money. And one day I get a call from Dot. And when Dot calls, I'm like, oh, shit, something going on. When Dot calls me, I know something's coming up. He's like, hey, yo, I got this artist. I need an engineer. Can you come through, help him out, record a couple songs and stuff? Nothing major. He was like, local guy on the scene. And I did the session, and truth be known, that he was actually really plugged in with a lot of people that are in the industry.
That are in the industry, okay.
He's just one of those guys that's like, he's in the street as well. So he's not like industry popping, but in the street, people know him. You know what I mean? So he's able to work with some of these guys because some of the industry guys want to work with people in the street too.
Right.
They still want to kind of be affiliated in some way. And he was like, look, I like the way you work and stuff. I put a good word in for you at Circle House at the owner over there, with the owners over there. And they actually need you. So I just put in a word. You're about to get a call from BB in probably like 20 minutes. Make sure you answer. I got you. I was like, oh, word? That's crazy. Because I knew Circle House already.
Right.
I already kind of, the reputation is crazy about them over there. So when I got the call, sure enough, BB called me. He's like, hey, I heard about you. Can you come do this session? I forget who the artist was. I think it was some local guys as well. And that's how it kind of started off. Just people blessing me, man, making sure they put me in the right spots. And I did my thing while I was there. There's another thing too. Like, I don't ever want to show up for somebody like off their name and then do a horrible job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make sure I'm representing whoever's putting me on as well.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? In the best way. So that's what ended up happening through all that time. And now that's how I got to be into the, the industry side of things now because I work at Circle House. And,
right.
Man, all their clients are just top grade A guys. You know what I mean? Industry level. So, yeah, man, it's been a crazy ride. I mean, that's just like a quick little synopsis of what's happened in the past like 6-7 years.
Yeah, going back to making sure you do things the right way when people recommend you.
Yeah, major.
I've been in a lot of situations where I've been the person who recommended, like, listen, I'm doing you a favor.
Right.
This is my good friend that I'm recommending you to.
Yeah.
Make sure you do things. Yeah, I got you. Girl, I got you.
Yeah. That's why you can't put your trust in too many people, man.
Yeah.
This is your reputation on the line too, and you got to be careful with that shit, man. Because it's a representation of you, man.
So this is the way I see, like, keeping your word and that kind of stuff. What I see is it's a currency. So when I keep my word, my bank account with that currency with that person goes up. When I break my word, that currency goes down. So check this out. You've known me the X amount of time. I've came through for you X amount of times. Meaning every time you call me, I'm there for you. I've done favors for you. I've always said what I was gonna do. Right? I've always came through. Right. So my bank, my that currency with you and me is bank account is full. Right?
Valuable.
I could mess up one time and you'll be like, it's Nelson, bro. Like, he's never done me wrong. Right. I get it. Like, you know, he's going through this. He's having this situation. Yeah. He apologized. It don't matter.
Right. It gives you the leg room. Yeah.
To make mistakes sometimes. To make a mistake, yeah. To be human. Yeah. Now, let's flip it. If I never keep my word with you, I've broken my word with you 6, 7, 8, 10 times in a row. And I finally get it right on the 11th time. You're just like, about time. Like, bruh.
Yeah, I'm surprised you even made it this far, to be real.
Exactly. So that's why keeping your word, I see it as a currency. I see it as monetary because it's better than money.
Absolutely. Relationships is better than money. Yeah.
Bro.
100%, man.
That currency for me is invaluable. When I tell people, you know what I mean, something, that's better than like $100 bill, dog.
Yeah. It's like they say in New York, my word is bond. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That still holds weight today. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? It's always going to hold weight because money is expendable, man. Like, your words are, you know what I mean, it's supposed to be solid to who you are.
Right.
And if you can't hold that, then how valuable, you know what I mean, is your word?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm a big believer in that as well, man. Like once you mess up with me a couple times, I'm cutting you off.
I mean, I'm not religious like that, but the Bible to me, sometimes I hear shit in the Bible and I'm just like, damn. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not super religious either, but they definitely got some gems in there that still hold weight today.
So in the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis, it says, first there was the Word.
That's powerful.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's the little things like that. I see them and I'm like, wow, that's what people need to realize how powerful what you say is.
Yep.
Words are everything. You're literally putting things out. So you've heard of the word abracadabra, right?
Yeah.
So that's Aramaic.
Okay.
It's actually Aramaic for I create it as I speak. That's you see what I mean? Like,
this man stays dropping gems, man. You see, I learn something new every day. That's I didn't know that.
Abracadabra means in another language, I create it as I speak. So you're literally creating things when you talk.
Absolutely, yeah.
Instead of seeing words as just air and my voice, some noise I make with my throat. No, bro, you need to see words as literally the foundation of things. Like you need to see words as the brick to building something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, it's manifestation. It's literal manifestation.
Bro, so important.
Yeah. What you speak can become a reality. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't keep that in mind and you just saying stuff and you just, without the realization, you're going to suffer consequences for what you say, whether you know it or not. So it's always better to be aware of what you got coming out your mouth. Pause.
Bro.
So that's just a product of me working with Cameron way too much, bro. I can't be around that,
Cameron.
man.
Shout out to Cameron. That podcast he got going on is pretty fire, bro.
Yeah, man. He's doing amazing, man.
That's dope.
He is killing it, man. Him and Mace. Shout out to them boys, man.
Yeah.
I got an opportunity to work with both of them, and it was amazing.
Legend. Yo, speaking of high school, the Dipset was like the shit. And when we were in high school, yo, Joel Santana and Cameron and Jim Jones.
I bought the albums. I bought all the albums. But
bro,
everybody wanted to be like them boys, man. They had the swag. They had you know what I mean? They had the New York attitude to go with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? The staples in the game. Legendary guys.
You want to talk about a legendary mixtape that Jim Jones came out with this right after American Gangster came out. It was called Harlem's American Gangster. You remember that mixtape?
Not too familiar, no.
He made a song on there with this singer. I forgot the singer's name, called Love Me No More.
Okay.
I can't tell how you love me.
I didn't get to dive into too much in the Jim, but Jim was one of my favorite out of them because of his ad-libs. He was known for the he had the balling. You know what I mean? He had the crazy ad libs.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't dive too much into his like side projects. It was always like with the Diplomats that I was like really paying attention.
Fire.
Yeah, but shout out to them boys, man. They definitely legendary in this game, man. And I appreciate everything Cam has done for me as well.
Speaking of the whole full circle with Lil Wayne, Joel's did that whole mixtape. What was it called? The Blow. You remember that one?
Oh,
when that whole thing together, bro.
Yeah, they were supposed to drop some mixtape called "I Can't Feel My Face." That's what it was originally called.
Yeah.
Can't Feel My Face, and it never came out. I think fans are still craving that album. They're still craving that Joel Santana mixtape and Wayne mixtape.
Yeah.
Because they had so many records together that was so dope.
They were.
We never got to see that.
Yep.
But nah, man, for real. Shout out to them boys, man. They legends in this, man.
Fire. Yeah, man.
Dude.
But yeah, bro. That keeping your word, dog. I've noticed that the people who are where they want to be in life, they keep their word 95% of the time.
Major key, man. Major key. You know what I'm saying?
And it's so
communication is so. What they say? They say communication rule the nation. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can communicate, we on the same page, we know what's going on. Things could go smooth.
100%.
In business, in personal life, whatever. As long as you're communicating, there shouldn't be no issues. You know what I'm saying? But people have such a hard time doing it. Some people don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
they struggle with communication. That was a big thing for me during my time when I was at that low place. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to express my feelings and what was going through my mind. So I had to master that. I had to really understand, how to articulate, what I'm saying, what I'm feeling, because, you're going to be stuck in that place until you got somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? That's another major key, is having someone to talk to as well. You know what I'm saying? So communication, again, it ruled the nation, man. And they say it for a reason. You know what I mean?
For sure. I've noticed that everybody that is where I want to be in life is the most effective communicator. The people that I admire and the people I want to be like, all of them have the best communication skills you could ever. An effective communicator literally has the world in the palm of their hand.
Yeah, because you're not trying to hold back information that is necessary for whatever the situation is.
Exactly.
And that's important, because how else are you supposed to move forward?
100%.
You got to talk to me, bro. You got to communicate. Tell me what's going on. Or vice versa. I got to tell you what's going on in order for us to move forward, in a positive way.
And almost as important, they not only do they communicate, they know how to communicate.
Major.
How to deliver the message, how to say a certain thing.
That's another skill in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you could communicate all day, and the way you're going about it
could be totally wrong. Yep.
Could be just totally wrong. They say approach is everything. The way you approach things. That's another
delivery.
Major. So there's levels to it for sure in communication. So you just try your best to learn. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big believer in always learning, no matter how much you know. Try to learn in every category in life. You know what I'm saying? 4 Agreements. I don't know if you ever read that book.
Don Miguel Ruiz, yeah, super fire book.
Super dope book. I'm actually thinking about going back and reading it again, because it's just been so long. And it's good to have those reminders, It's good to have those important little pieces of information reminded in your brain over and over again, because sometimes we get lost in our lives, and we forget sometimes. And that's a book that's going to keep you in place, man.
100%.
4 Agreements, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know all 4?
Keep your word. Don't take anything personally. Do your best. And what's the 4th one?
So it's be impeccable with your word.
Be impeccable with your word.
Yeah, don't assume.
Don't assume. There we go.
And then what was the
Always
other
do your best.
Always do your best. And I'm missing one. I can't remember.
Don't take anything personal.
And don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Yo, you move with that in life, you're going to be great. I promise.
Bro, such a simple book.
So
it's not even a
simple.
big book either. It's small, to the point, direct.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's so powerful.
Yeah.
That's what goes to show you that you don't need a book this fat to learn anything.
An effective communicator.
An effective communicator.
Yo, check this out. So, music, effective communication.
Yeah.
Podcasting, effective communication. Writing books, effective communication. Sales, effective communication. Acting, effective. Anybody who, anything you can think of, you can apply it. And if you're an effective communicator, you'll be the best.
Yeah. I mean, that's why all those industries are are killing it
Mm.
because people want information. They want to know. And if you communicate the information to the world, they're going to receive it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? There's people out there looking for all types of information at all times. So what you're doing here is great, man. It's a great thing not only for yourself, the people around you, but for the world, man.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on here and I'm willing to support what you got going on because you stay dropping gems on here, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope,
Drop
man.
a gem on him.
Yes, sir.
You remember what was that Mobb Deep song back in the day? Drop a gem on him. Remember
Classic, bro.
Fire.
Yo, Cam just dropped the freestyle and dropped Havoc's name in it too. So shout out Mobb Deep, man. RP, man.
that? Yeah. R.I.P. Prodigy.
Yes, sir.
One crazy story about Prodigy. So I go to Vegas. I forgot what year it was. I want to say it was 2016, 2017. I'm in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just remembered, like, oh, shit, Pac got killed in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. He
So
did.
I said, oh, I'm going to go see, because what I thought, whatever, that was just me assuming. I was like, there's got to be a mural there or something of Tupac, right? So I go to the corner where he got killed, and there's nothing there. I was like, man,
Nothing
that's
there.
crazy.
Nah. It's funny because you would think because it was such a major event.
That changed the world, not just music.
Yeah, like it affected everybody.
Yeah.
You would assume, you know what I mean? But again, don't assume, right?
Assume.
I've been to Vegas too, and if you can't even. There's nowhere that actually tells you where it happened.
Yeah.
We had to actually go. I don't know.
Like
if you
Google it or whatever.
Yeah, like we went to the Stratosphere. I don't know if you ever been in that
Yeah,
building.
I ate at the restaurant on the last
Oh,
one.
you did?
Bruh.
Super dope.
At night, when you see all the Las Vegas lights and things, bro, that's one of the most beautiful
I didn't get a
things.
chance to have dinner or anything there, but I did have a drink or two at the bar up there. Beautiful sight, man. If you ever get a chance to go, you know what I'm saying? Check out the Stratosphere. You
Definitely.
know? That's a dope vibe. But they have a big screen in the building where you can kind of like see the map of Las Vegas or the strip. And I remember my boy was we were trying to find the street where it happened on that map. And you would think it would be somewhere like
Pac's murder scene or whatever.
yeah, nothing, man. Nothing.
That's crazy.
And they're still trying to figure out. I know they just
What's that guy, Keith D?
Yeah, Keefe D, they trying to put the blame on him, but I don't know, man. It just seems almost like they're just trying to wrap this
Yeah.
thing up. They don't really know.
And I can't, bro, everything that's happening with P. Diddy, bro. Oh my God.
I'm gonna just take a drink to that.
Bro, P. Diddy is in what? And you know what's
Hot
crazy?
fire.
Most people are just like, yeah, I believe it. Like,
Yeah, I think because all the rumors over the years,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So many rumors over the years that it's like, it's likely, you know what I'm saying? Because
probably.
I've heard so many things, but it's like, there's so many things that we don't know behind the scenes that's
That
going
happen.
on. Yeah, bro.
like
So,
the dark side of the industry, you know?
yeah, it's a scary place, man. It's a
Yeah.
scary place because the deeper you go, the more you'll see, you know what I'm saying, into it. And, you know, different strokes for different folks. I ain't one of those ones. I'm not into that, man. Sorry, brother.
That's crazy.
know
But
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that whole thing with Diddy is pretty wild.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
For everyone in this situation, you know
Definitely.
what I'm saying? If anybody's being abused in any shape or form, speak out, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Speak out, you know, because we need people to lead
Definitely.
for those people who can't or don't know how.
And
you know?
so have you heard of the book 48 Laws of Power?
Nah, I skimmed through it though.
Oh,
There's so
bro.
many gems in there too. I have skimmed through
yeah.
some of them, but that's another one I got to go back to.
He's my favorite author, Robert Greene. I've read all his books. The guy's a genius. And a lot of some people don't like that specific book because he writes a lot about like the darkness in humanity, like our darker nature.
Yeah.
And the reason I enjoy those books is because you need to understand that part of us because it's a reality.
It is. It is.
And if you don't understand that part of humanity and that darker side of who we are, you'll probably end up getting taken advantage of because you're like, no,
100%.
I don't want, I'm
Yeah.
going to pretend it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what happens a lot in the music industry in Hollywood and things like that
People
because
get taken advantage of. Yep.
People
Because they
get-
don't know. They don't realize that there is a side. There's another side to this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know, there's to the powers that be. They understand the dark arts, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, 100%.
And they know how to utilize those skills
their favor,
and those
yeah.
principles to their favor. You know, and if you're not aware, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. Trust me, they gonna get you. So that's definitely another book that I want to go by. I know one of them is like Never Outshine the Master.
Yeah, that's law number 1. That's one of the most
Oh,
important
is it?
ones. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's crazy that I remember that one. That's the
Never outshine the master.
Mm-hmm.
So the story goes as follows. This guy who was the treasurer of France at the time wants to throw the biggest party ever thrown in the history of France. So he has his mansion, and he does this giant party where he invites all the royalty, all the nobles, all the rich people in all of France. Okay. And he basically is throwing like the Great Gatsby type vibe where it's this giant, beautiful party, and there's fireworks and these beautiful women, and there's all kinds of alcohol, and like it's the best party in the history of France. Wow. And at the at the height of the party, he stops everybody and does this big toast, and the king is there. Toast to the King of France. King Louis. I think it was King Louis the 14th. Bro, the next day, King Louis arrests him and throws him in jail for 20 years.
For what?
It was some trumped up charges. Apparently, he said he had stole the money to pay for the party, but that wasn't the point. The point was King Louis, from his perspective, thought that he was trying to outshine him. And he said, I'm the king around here. No one is going to outshine me. So,
that just goes to show, never outshine the master.
Never outshine.
What you think you're doing up there trying to... You think you're the king, I'm the king. I'm going to show you real quick. Nah, that's a fact, you know? And even if you do feel like, you know what I'm saying, you are getting to a point where you're surpassing the master, so to speak, never outshine the master. Always give back. You know what I'm saying? Give them their flowers.
Right.
Because without the master, you're not where you are.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So never outshine the master. Never.
No. I mean, it's, for me, I and even in the workforce, like even in business, those books have helped me a lot. So much, because people in general don't really have power. So when they're put in positions where they have a little bit of power, they tend to take out their frustration and their anger and the things that are going wrong in their life. They tend to take it out on the people around them.
100%.
So
the people closest to you.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
And
that's a shame, man.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like, so that book, even if you're not like, you know, a powerful person, read it, because no matter what you do, whether you're just a regular employee, a musician, or artist, actor, whatever you do in life, it's gonna help you. So, 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah, that's a major key.
Pick that up. Yeah, for
major
sure.
key. Yeah.
So, getting on to one of the things I did want to touch up on you. So, the modern state of music, right?
I'm sorry. I'm going to keep doing that. Pause.
That's funny. So, to the modern state of music, right? So I have my own opinions. I'm not really a fan of most of the modern artists. There are some who make the cut for me, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, for me, the best modern artist in hip hop right now is Joyner Lucas.
Dope. Super dope.
Genius. Beautiful music. Like that song, the Broski. Oh my God.
Not familiar. I'm not too familiar with his catalog, but the stuff that I have heard, dude is phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal, man.
He's the only guy that's ever hopped on a track with Eminem, and I've been like, all right, he did as good, maybe almost a little better than Eminem on that track.
Yeah.
But he's the only, that goes to show you, like, Eminem obviously is a rap god. Like, if you hop on a track and you could keep up with Eminem, it's like, damn.
The fact that he even wanted to get on the track with you just speaks volumes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's a testament 100%. To what you can do. So it's like, yo, I'm on the track with M. Say no more. Like,
100.
I don't gotta understand. I'm just gonna. I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan off the rip, because
100%.
Eminem is one of those guys that kind of helped me want to start making music.
Right.
Because the color of his skin, and he was in. He you know, we look alike. Even though I'm Hispanic, I'm not white. I look white. You look at me, and
yeah.
Most people are gonna say, "Oh, that's a white man." So. Kanye was one of them. Eminem was one of the ones that helped me start making music. And Joyner, dude, he's one of my homies, like one of my very close homies. He loves Joyner Lucas. He's always like, yo, throw that Joyner. I'm like, man, come on, man. I want to hear this. Because he be spitting fast.
Yeah.
But not to knock his talent and his skill whatsoever. Dude is phenomenal. He knows what he's doing.
Super
fire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, super fire. Yeah, he's one of the dope modern guys for sure.
So... aside from me, because I'm just a fan and I'm not really in the industry.
Yeah.
What's your perspective of the modern state of music in general, and then maybe hip hop, obviously specifically?
The modern state in general, like across all genres, you mean, or just?
I mean, you can either way, whatever you want to, whether you just want to hit hip hop directly or.
I think in general, all music is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your cup of tea or not, it's gonna resonate with someone out there. There's so many markets. There's so many different topics to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From ignorant to the most like intellectual. So in general, music is always gonna be a powerful tool, whether you do some dumb shit or not.
Right.
However, it's for me, I'm into learning. Like I said before, I'm into learning. I'm into new information, people who are gonna drop gems.
Right.
So for me, guys like J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? Top of the list. You know what I mean?
Super fire.
But then I'll go one day I might get out the studio and want to just be ignorant as hell, and I want to hear some stuff that's not as intellectual. Go listen to some Lil Uzi Vert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just turn up because bro knows how to have a good time. So there's different levels to it, and depending on who you are as a person, you know what I mean, it could resonate or not. But for me personally, I'm into the, you know what I mean, to the elevation. Like that's what I go for. I was listening to J. Cole on the way over here. You know what I mean? So that's the type of guys that I'm into. You know what I mean?
J. Cole has a verse. What my favorite album of his is 2014 Forest Hills Drive for sure.
Classic.
There's so many. That's another one. That for me is like what I said about Nothing Was the Same about Drake. That for me is J. Cole. His album, his best album there, hands down. I don't even, because that basically is about his whole life, and you can relate to every single song.
Yeah.
Where you're talking about that song Wet Dreams, where he's talking about like the first time he had sex with a girl.
Genius.
The Love Yours, like all the song, and you know, apparently,
yeah, stuff that's gonna last the test of time.
100%.
Yeah.
That was his first platinum album, I think.
Was it?
Yeah,
I'm not even sure. That's crazy though, because he's got hella bangers before that.
Yeah.
But as soon as he said "Rest in Peace, Uncle Phil," he had me. I was
Rest
like,
in peace, Uncle Phil. For real.
For real. That was like Pops on TV, man. I remember, you know what I mean? UPN. I was tuning in after middle school every day. I'm watching Fresh Prince.
Bro.
J. Cole's one of them guys, man. He's gonna make you snap back to reality.
100%.
Take you away, you know what I'm saying, from all that distractions and stuff. And he's gonna give you the real uncut shit. And you gotta appreciate artists like that, man. You know, there's very few of them these days.
Very few of them, and especially him. He took himself so down to earth that he was like, "Yo, let me get rid of all these cars and all this BS and just."
I don't think I've ever seen J. Cole rock a chain.
No,
like a diamond chain. Maybe in the early career.
Yeah,
like
no, but like dreadlock J. Cole, no.
There's no surpassing that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? That's like the ultimate J. Cole level right there. No chains, dreads, sweatpants. And some chanclas, bro. He's vibing.
I remember I saw like a short clip of him somewhere online where he was just walking around, and he had told the lady, there was this lady like that he was talking to that worked 2 jobs or whatever, just some random lady he ran into on the street. He had just gotten off the bus, and I was like, yo, this guy takes the bus? Like, that's crazy, bro. Can you imagine riding the bus in his city, and then it's like, yo, J. Cole is riding the bus?
Yeah, you would never expect that. But that's just a testament to who he is.
Yeah.
And how he thinks about and how he views the world. You don't need all this fancy stuff to get around, man, no matter who you are.
Bring it full circle. Authenticity, bro.
Bro, he embodies that. You know what I mean? And that's why he has such a major fan base.
Bro.
Because the authenticity just like pours out of him. I don't even think he can help it. You could just tell, listening to music, watching his interviews, you could just tell bro is like really in tune with himself.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And we need more of that. You know, I think right now in the state that we're in and the culture and the way it's going, the lines are very blurred. People are confused. They don't know who they are because they're listening to a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
We don't have 10 J. Coles to listen to. We only got one. And you have a couple of those guys that, you know, Joey Badass is one of them.
Right.
That, bro, he be dropping gems. But again, there's not many of those guys. So try your best, man. If you're into learning and staying in tune with who you are, try your best to consume stuff that is in alignment with that.
Right.
And that's what I do. I listen to artists that's in alignment with the way I think.
Book of Proverbs, stand guardian at the door of your mind. It says it in the Book of Proverbs, yeah.
Stand guardian of...
At the door of your mind.
At the door of your mind. Wow.
Yeah. So that basically King Solomon was saying, like, I don't know if you know the story of King Solomon, but
Nah, bro.
just a little background on everybody.
Yeah.
God blessed him, and he was the richest there ever was, and the richest there ever will be. Meaning, he was richer than anyone before him, and he's richer than anyone that came after him. There was, if you look at his story, at one point he was bringing in like 50 tons of gold a day into his kingdom. So
Ballin'.
a friend of mine calculated it, like actually did the math, and it's like $3 trillion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no one's ever gonna surpass. Like, he's richer than Apple.
Right.
One person had a bigger, and Apple's a $2 trillion company.
And this was how long ago?
Thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
We're talking about BC, way before, like BC, like long time ago.
Yeah.
So King Solomon, the point he made there was like, basically when he asked God for wisdom, that's why God blessed him with, he told him, you're going to be richer than anyone before you and everyone after you because you've asked for wisdom. You know, instead of, because God basically said, you're the chosen one. I'm going to ask for whatever you want. I'm going to give you whatever you want. And he said, no, God, just bless me with wisdom. And then God was like, that's the right answer. You know, I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to bless you. And he made him, you know.
That shit still holds weight today, man.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make money, everything, you're probably not going to end up as happy as you potentially could be.
Exactly.
Because you're too focused on the wrong thing. I think, you know, money is important for sure, but having knowledge and wisdom is
everything.
It's worth more than money, man. You can't
100%.
put a price on that.
100%.
You know the right things. You know, you have the right mentality. Yo, you can make so much money in this world, man. You know, instead of going about things in the wrong way and affecting people negatively just to get some money.
Yeah.
You know, that's not the way to go about it. You know what I mean?
I've decided that
So
no matter how much money is on the table, I'll never sell my soul. And I don't mean like the devil. What I mean by selling my soul is I'll never do anything that's against my principles.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I think that a lot of people confuse that. They've heard sell your soul to the devil. They're like, yeah, just like get some blood and put it on a contract. Nah, fool.
it's not what they mean.
It's not what they mean. It means selling out, selling yourself out for doing things that you don't agree with.
100%.
Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Going against my principles. That's selling out. That's selling your soul to the devil.
Definitely. I wrote out a set of principles a while back, and I said, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to stick to for the rest of my life. And these are my non-negotiables, meaning whenever I'm lost in life, I'll go back to these, and this will always be my North Star. This will always be, no matter what situation I'm in, I check in with these principles, and if everything checks off, then I do it. If one thing on this list doesn't check off in that situation, then I don't do it. You know, things you can't compromise on. There's certain things I can't compromise on, but my principles isn't one of them.
Good, bro. Stand your ground on that, bro.
100%.
Because you're going to get so far in life with that type of mentality.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? People will respect you that much more because you have those values in
100%.
place.
And things will work out in the right way because it's in alignment with, so my principles are honesty, love, loyalty, and respect. Basically, like, they're longer, but if I had to break them down, it's just honesty, love, loyalty, and respect.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's more to it, but for sure, those are the top.
Yeah.
Top 3, top 4 that you need in life
For sure.
to become successful in whatever. And success doesn't mean money. It's just happiness, man.
Yep.
Getting peace, finding peace. That's real success.
Inner peace is priceless, bro.
Yeah, that's the real goal to me, you know what I mean? To get all the peace that you can get.
Inner peace to me is so priceless. Like, that's what happens when I stick to my principles. I know if everything I do is in alignment with loving other people, respecting other people, honoring other honors another one. Oh my God, bro. I saw something on a TV show the other day, and it punched me in the face, man. Like, I was like, the only person who can take away your honor is yourself. No one can take honor away from you. It's the decisions you make in your own life that determine whether you have honor or not.
Facts.
Bro, like,
Yeah, you're solely responsible for that. And
it was Cobra Kai. I was watching.
the
Cobra.
TV show.
Yeah. You know that his Japanese friend, like the old Japanese dude that's like his homie?
Uh-huh.
He said something about, like, the only person who can take your honor is yourself.
Yo, but shout out to them shows, man, that be dropping gems like that because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And until you go through it, you don't realize.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people just They just do shit. They don't realize what they're doing, and they just move on. If you pay, again, power of intention. If you pay attention to what you're doing, what you're saying, you'll see the results, man. You'll see people treat you differently, man.
For sure.
And when you walk around with that honor, like, yo, I have a certain set of principles. People just look at you different. They just treat you different, bro.
Because most people don't even have principles. They don't even know what they want to live by. You know, like they don't have those non-negotiables. They don't even know what that means. So for you to be a person that lives by principle and says, no matter what, I won't bend on this. This is non-negotiable. This is what I live by. This is who I am. You're solid.
You're drawing a line. Boundaries.
Bro.
It goes so deep, man. Pause.
Shout out to Cameron.
But it goes deep, man.
Yeah.
They sound like surface level words. Oh, yeah, peace, love, respect.
No.
But there's levels to it, man. And until you actually dive in and you really try to understand what those words mean, you're never going to understand.
I've noticed that when I say one of those words, for example, peace, it's not so much that I'm just saying a word. My body goes into a moment where I really felt peace.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a non-negotiable. I go into the experience of that word that I've had in my life, and then I can be like, all right, that's why this is my principle. It's not even just the word; it's the experience of that word, what it means to me. You know, like
right. That experience is nobody could take that from you, bro. No one could take what you feel. It's like only a few things that in this life they can't take from you. It's the way you feel, the way you think, what you say, what you do.
100%.
These are things that no one can take. You're the only one in control of these things. So why not master it?
Yeah.
Why not master how I move and the way I talk? Because it's only going to better myself and everyone else around me.
Exactly.
But until you understand that, you're going to have a hard time realizing. Yeah, some people get lucky. Sometimes they're just like that naturally. They don't even realize that they're doing it that way. But it's very few of those people. You know?
Right.
So it's important to learn, you know what I'm saying, about yourself and the world, man. Just try to stay as aware as you can, bro.
100%.
Yep.
Awareness.
That's why I got where I am, bro. You know what I'm saying? Long time of experience and fucking up, making mistakes is how I got to where I'm at right now. It's the only way. You got to go through it. You got to go through it to grow through it, right? That's what they say.
All the growth happens in the darkness. You know what I mean? Like, it's, for me personally, my whole life, that's been the reoccurring theme. Every time I've had the darkest moment in my life, right after that was the best moment of my life. It happened every single time. Like, well, bro.
That's funny you said I have someone going through that right now.
Like, I'm telling you, that's why now I've gotten to the point in my life where bad things happen and I say, man, this is awesome because I know something great is around the corner.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's like they always say the light at the end of the tunnel. It's why they say that, because
you have to go through all that darkness.
Yeah, there ain't no sunshine without the rain.
100%.
You don't get the rainbow until the rain is done past, the storm done passed.
Exactly.
So that's good that you think like that because you're not wallowing in misery. You know, okay, I know I'm going through it right now, but after all this is said and done, there's something great coming, whether it's wisdom, knowledge, whatever have you. And that's something to look forward to, yo. So be in your darkness. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Accept it, embrace it, but don't wallow in it. Try to get through it. Go where you grow. Go where you glow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big one for me, man.
For me, For me, I wear scars like a badge of honor.
Word.
Because scars means you're battle tested. It means you've been through something. It means you're worthy of saying, like being about this or being in this experience. You've earned it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
A pit bull, when he's all scarred up in a dog fight, I'm going to bet on the dog that's all scarred up.
100%.
I'm not going to bet on the dog that looks clean and hell no.
Nah. Can't trust him, bro. You ain't been through nothing. I could tell.
Exactly. That's why in movies, you'll notice that the dude that's like the general or the soldier, whatever, he's always got like a scar in his eye or a dead eye.
I never noticed that. That's a good point, though.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're always like, oh, he's a badass. Yeah. You see it, man. He's all scarred up.
You can see the experience right on his face. Pause.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Cameron. Oh, man. Yo, Elijah. How long we got?
Hour and 4.
Cool. My brother, I appreciate you coming through.
All day, man. I appreciate you having me, man. It's been fun, bro.
Definitely.
Dope to catch up, man. I look forward to see what you got going on.
Appreciate
that.
Man.
I'm here. I'm gonna continue to support the movement, man.
Same here, man. You can count on me for whatever you need in the future.
For sure. I'm gonna definitely, you know what I mean, spread the word, get some more interesting people on the pod.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Keep this shit going up, man.
Appreciate that, bro. So, Jess, I always wrap up the podcast asking the same 3 questions. So, Question number 1.
What's up?
What inspires Jesse?
What inspires Jesse?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's my family, man. It's my family. It's everything to me. You know what I mean? Without them, I'm not who I am. So I gotta make sure I pay that forward to my fam.
Fire.
I'm always thinking about them, how I can make sure I secure the bag for them.
Fire.
Yep.
Family. I had Don Dinero on here a couple weeks ago, and he dropped something that I was like, man, that he says if you don't have kids, you were a tourist on this planet.
Because what are you leaving behind?
Yeah.
Where's the legacy? So family to me is number 1.
Yeah. I'm with that.
That's what keeps me going. That's what inspires me to wake up and do what I do every day. Because I know they're dependent on me, you know?
Super fire.
Yep.
Question number 2. How do you want to be remembered when you're no longer here?
Ooh. That's funny because I heard a song on the way over here that mentioned something like that. What was the question? What was on?
How do you want to be remembered when you're no longer here?
How do I want to be remembered? I think I want people to remember me as someone who never gave up. Someone who just was, you know what I'm saying, just bulletproof to whatever. That's how I want to be. Yo, bro, just never gave up. He always believed in himself. And that's what I want people to remember me for. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, whether it's music, business, whatever have you, that's how I move. I make sure that I'm always going to try. And if I fail, at least I know I tried. And that's what I want people to remember, that he never gave up.
I like that. That's a reoccurring theme in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been a person that the things I've been able to accomplish has been through a lot of trial and error, a lot of fail, try again, fail, try again, fail, try again. And it was through all that failing that I learned the process of having to do it the right way. I learned a skill because I failed here. I learned a skill because I failed there. I learned another skill because I failed here. And because of those 3 failures, on the 4th time it worked out because I needed those 3 skills in order to make it happen.
You got it, bro.
Like, it goes deep.
It's one of those things that you kind of got to go through in life. You got to fail. You got to. How do you understand success without failure? You can't have one without the other.
100%.
You know,
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me, is making sure that you always are trying. I can't knock anyone for trying.
So speaking of success and failure, you ever seen that meme online where it's it's Jesus and he has a little like this girl has this little teddy bear, and Jesus is asking, like, you have to give me the teddy bear, and she's like, no, Jesus, I can't. I love the teddy bear so much.
Seen that, yeah.
And he has a giant teddy bear behind his back, ready to give it to her.
Right.
You have to sacrifice what you have for something greater.
Yeah, even if you don't know what it is.
Yes.
Sometimes it's the bigger picture. It's about the bigger picture. It's not about right now and the selfishness that you're feeling right now. It's about later. It gets greater later. If you know that, you'll be all right.
And it's tough because you think you have the greatest, relationship or the greatest job or the greatest house, the greatest car, whatever. You think you have the greatest version of what you have now, and you're not capable of comprehending, wow, maybe I can have something even better than this,
Always room for improvement. There's always room
for sure
to be greater, no matter how great you are. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't think Jeff Bezos is trying to figure out how to, find his next venture?
Of course.
Bro, he's the owner. He's the creator of Amazon. He don't got to do nothing ever again. That man, I guarantee you, he's still trying to figure out what's his next move.
Yep.
Because it always gets greater later.
100%.
And you got to sacrifice for what on any level to get there. You know what I mean? So, and recently I had a lot of people, telling me, yo, bro, I'm proud of you. See what you're doing because you never gave up.
Right.
And I'm like, good. Because that's the impression I want to leave behind.
Longevity builds credibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And shout out to Cam. He gave me this gem. Availability is the best ability. So make sure you keep yourself available to whatever it is you want to do.
To opportunities. If you're available and when the opportunities come, you'll be able to take advantage of it.
You can do it. You know what I mean? Set your intentions. You know what I mean? Yep.
Super fire. And last question. What's next for you?
What's next?
Yeah.
More of what you see now. You know what I'm saying? You see me working with these great artists, engineering. Now you're going to start hearing me producing on some of these records. You're going to hear a couple beats on there. I just did an episode of Love and Hip Hop.
Dope.
So I'm going to be featured on there. That's going to be cool. A lot of music, man. A lot of dope music that's coming on the way. So just expect to see some engineering and producing credits and maybe even some songwriting stuff. So
Fire.
Keep focus on your boy, man.
Fire, man.
Got some dope shit on the way, man.
So, Jesse, how can people connect with you?
You can connect with me anywhere online. Instagram is mainly where I'm at Jesse Jazz, JESSEJAZZ on Instagram. That's mainly where I'm at. So just hit me up anytime, man. If y'all need any engineering, some beats, need studio time, that's where you're going to find me. That's the main way.
Fire.
Yep.
Jesse, I appreciate you coming through, bro.
Love my brother. Nelson, keep doing your thing, man. Proud of you, bro.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, guys. That was another episode of the Montana Method Podcast hosted by Nelson, special guest Jesse Jazz. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, subscribe to the channel, comment below. Let us know what you think, what you liked, best gems on this episode. Push it to the limit. The world is yours. If you are not chasing a dream, life is meaningless. Say goodnight to the bad guy.
Yes, sir.
I've been out here hustling all my life. Every day we get into it. Really out here in these streets. That's day and night. Like there's nothing to it. When I was going through it, dog, I never got your call. I never asked for nothing, no. But now I want it all. Promise I'ma do it. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags to riches. Rags to riches. Came from rags.